Okay, so let's take a look at what we're seeing here. The main issue that we have, of course, is elevated levels of moisture, mold and mildew growing in this crawl space, which we can see obviously the HVAC system is sweating because it's in a completely moisture uncontrolled environment. So in the various areas where the HVAC is running underneath and close to the wood or up into it, you'll see more moisture damage, as well as more mold and mildew. Now, one of the things you'll notice, of course, is the vapor barrier is basically non-existent, which is going to allow all the moisture that's coming into the crawl space through the ground to just evaporate up into the wood, which we will actually see lower levels of moisture content in the taller spots of the crawl space as we do in the tighter areas. And that's because there's more air for the moisture to evaporate before it gets up into the wood. Take a look at that over here. This is the tallest point in the crawl space. You should be seeing in a good crawl space around 6 to 8%. We are seeing 18%, even in the taller portion of the crawl space. And we do see signs that water is coming into this crawl space. We can see where the water level is at times. And all this cracking is evidence that water does flow through here fairly consistently. Now it is very dry right now, so it may not be happening constantly, but it is something that needs to be addressed in some regard. As we move up into the tighter areas of the crawl space, as well as where there's more duct lines running through, we'll see starting to see higher levels of moisture, 20%. And you can see the same thing, signs where erosion has happened from water coming through. We're also built down into the soil a little bit, so our water tables are slightly higher than where we are at here, which is why we see all this cracking here and just a little bit more moist up in this front area. And here's our main culprit of the mold and mildew, completely rotted out, over 25%, over 35%. This hole here is obviously lots of moisture coming in, running up on top of this and flowing down through here, which is contributing to the elevated moisture and the mold and mildew, which is grown right in this area. And same sort of thing flowing through, same thing happening down in here. That mold and mildew, partially increased by the HVAC, is growing even more heavily, about 20% again.